Hello and welcome back to another video, and today it's a POV of me riding Ernie. We're doing a lot of hacking at the moment as I'm trying to get him, he's very fit, but I'm just trying to build his muscles up, which is why we're doing a lot of hill work, a lot of walking up and down hills, just really strengthens his muscles. When I'm schooling as well, I'm building up his top line muscles all the time. I'm doing a lot of long and low work, which of course is going to build them up. This year, Ernie is going to be going to the Royal Cornwall Horse Show in Cornwall, so he's going to do the Welsh D class, I'm hoping. So I want him to be nice and fit and ready for that. We were going to do the Working Hunter, but Ernie's not quite ready to jump 95 centimetres yet, so we're going to wait and do that next year. So that'll be an exciting year, but we're going to focus on our flat classes for this year and then do some different shows for the jumping side of it and do some Working Hunter practice other places, because he's jumping like 70 and 80 at the moment in competitions and then a bit bigger at home, but we just don't want to push him. We're not going to rush him. He's only rising 6th this year anyway, so he doesn't really need to be doing that much. I've also purchased a new skill, I think it's a Pelham, so then he can practice in that for Royal Cornwall, because he has got to be in a bridle that can have double reins. I have researched it, and the Welsh D's don't tend to go in the Bradoons simply because their mouths tend to be quite small, as sometimes they can have dish faces and stuff, so it doesn't tend to work well with their mouth. So I am going to do what lots of other people do and just put a Pelham in. So I have gone for, I think it's a show Pelham, I'm not quite sure which one it is, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I have done a lot of research on it, made sure I'm getting the right one, because I didn't want to get the wrong one for him, and I've gone for one of the new Skule ones, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, just because Ernie loves the warming mouthpiece, and I find it really works well with him. If you are at the Royal Cornwall show, make sure to come and have a watch. We are on the Friday, I think, and the standard Shetland class, which obviously isn't Ernie, as he's a Welsh D, or the Welsh D class, come and have a watch. If you're here on the tannoy. If you were thinking of attending Royal Cornwall with your horse or without your horse, I would very much recommend. It's a lot of fun, the show, and yeah, it's just so much fun. It's a really good one, and if you live a bit further away, they also have stables and a lorry park, so you can do the stay away. They actually have toilet blocks there, which they're really nice as well, which I know many people don't really care about, but I think it's quite nice that they have them. And then I don't know if there's showers there or not, but they do have toilet blocks. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, if you are there and you are showing your horse, give me a message down my Instagram. My Instagram's Lilacs Ponies, Harry and Ernie, or Two Crazy Cockers, which that is my dog's Sugar Waffles account. So yeah, if you are going, leave me a message and I can come and watch you if you're going with your horse. I know most people think this is way too early to get ready for this, because this show is in 3 months' time, roughly. It's not until June, so, well, I actually don't know, it's March. Yeah, 3 months' time, roughly. I like to get ready early. Ernie and Harry's doing the in-hand classes, Ernie's doing the ridden. We might do, we'll definitely do a couple of shows leading up to it, just to practice, get out there, make sure they're all right and all happy going to these things. So yeah, that's what we'll definitely do. But everyone's going to be like, oh, you're getting ready quite early, but you've got to get ready early, because otherwise if you get there and you're not prepared, that's not very good either. By the way, I love this new saddle pad from Lumia. It's their dusk one, and then it's got like a mix of the mimosa around the outside, and I can't remember what the other colour is, but it's not the stone, because it's like warmer than that, but it's one of those colours. Anyway, that's what's around the outside as well as the mimosa, and I think that saddle pad colour, I know I've already said this, but I think it's the dusk. It's so pretty, and if you're doing show jumping and stuff, you can wear it for that, or if you're just hacking or schooling or whatever, or doing some jumping, you can wear it for that as well. And also I am wearing I don't actually know the name of it, it's like the native saddles or something. Anyway, it's the M&M cut. I really recommend. They do recommend not jumping a certain height limit in them when you're eventing, because out on the cross-country course, but that's quite a big height limit. It's like, I think it's over a metre, so, yeah, but I've jumped that on it before, and it seems to hold up really well. It supports your leg well. It's just a really comfortable saddle, so I would recommend, and we got it from Saddle Exchange. And also, in the period when we didn't have a saddle pad, no, not saddle pad, when we didn't have a saddle, they gave us one to borrow. So if you try on a saddle, you decide which one you like, you then take that saddle home. You just have to pay, I think it's just, you have to pay a deposit. But also, I really like the saddle as well because I do showing. I can do jumping in it as well. It's the perfect all-rounder. It's just a really, really good saddle. I would really recommend it. If you decide that you don't like the saddle, you can then give it back to them, and then they just keep your money that you've already given them, which is probably like half of the money of the saddle, and then the other half you then pay when you get your new saddle if you've decided you like it. So I think it's a really, really good idea as well, because obviously we all need to have saddles for our horses, and they're really, really comfortable, and they're handmade, so they come out and they shape it to their horse's back. And you also have like a free appointment after you get your saddle fitted, which is really brilliant as well, I think, at least. And they'll come out, they're really friendly. Like, if you don't think your saddle's right, they'll come out and they'll refit it for you. And yeah, also Ernie's wearing his John Whittaker bridle today. I really like this one because it's got clips on it, so it's easy to change his bit and stuff in between stuff. But he does actually have a handmade one for when he goes showing, and I do use that one quite a lot as well when I'm practicing, because obviously you want to practice in the same bridle sometimes. But I do use this one a lot from John Whittaker because it's just nice and easy, and like I said, it's got clips on it, so you can just clip different bits on and stuff, which is really, really easy. And the reins have got clips on. Ernie's also in a Waterford snaffle, and I can't remember the name of where we got that from, but I do tend to use the new school ones. I really hope I am saying that right, because if I'm not, I'm going to look a bit stupid. There's like there's like a lozenge one. I use that, and it's a snaffle. I use that one pretty much every day riding, and then when he's feeling a bit fresh, I put the Waterford snaffle in, just a bit stronger. And then he also does have another bit. I think he has a Tom Thumb for when he goes to cross country, because he gets quite naughty. And so I kind of change between those three. And certain months of the year as well, Ernie gets so fresh. Or some months of the year, he's like, I'm a bit lazy, like especially in June, which is slightly annoying. He gets very, very like sleepy and stuff because of his sweet itch as well. And it's so hot. I don't blame him for it. I don't make him do anything more. Because obviously he can do what's in his capabilities, but he gets quite tired because it's just so hot, and I don't blame him because I hate the heat too. And if I was running around all day in the heat, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm exhausted, I can't do this anymore. So I really don't blame him. But anyway, this is one of his favourite canter spots, so I did tell him that he had to wait for a minute here. You can't hear the original audio like I said earlier, but I do talk to him a lot when I'm on my rides, because I just think it's important that they learn to hear your voice and everything. It's just nice really to speak to your pony, and it's just like nice bonding time, to do all of that side of it. So I don't know, I think I've mentioned this, I'm just doing lots of work with him to build up his muscles, and he is a muscular boy, but I just want to make sure that he's all fit and well before all the season starts, so then he's got good foundations. He's doing really, really well at the moment, actually. He's coming into spring now, slightly lean, which I guess is a good thing as well, because the spring grass is going to come through, and then they're going to get really, really chubby again. So that's a good thing. At the time we were a bit like, oh no, he's a bit skinny, but he doesn't tend to put on weight very much. Well, I'm really fingers crossed he doesn't put on weight too much, but he doesn't tend to put on weight easily. We have had problems with trying to put weight on him, because he's especially in the winter he loses a lot, and we rug him up thick, so then he has a nice thick rug on, because he doesn't get cold though. He's not a horse that he runs quite hot, which is nice as well. So yeah, he doesn't get cold, and we give him loads of hay and haylage, so he has that, and he has he has a Spiller's balancer. We love Spiller's feed, it's so good. He has Spiller's balancer and Spiller's chaff, but he does tend to get a bit chubby in the summer. But in the winter, he's very, very fresh all the time, and he's always busy thinking about something else. So he does tend to get a tiny bit skinny in the winter. But it is quite good in a way, because when he comes around to spring, when he's going to start to put a tiny bit more weight on, at least he's not going to be piling onto another load of chunk. But we do tend to try and keep them nice and thin through spring, because when the spring grass hits, it's takes quite a knock on their physique. So anyway, I'm just trying to get him, at the moment, just get his top line working up, which is what I was doing this time last year as well. And get his bum muscles working, and obviously his stomach muscles, because he's still a bit of a baby, he just needs to build up muscle tone still. So we're just working on that at the moment because we have the time, and it's dried up a bit, so we can do a lot more hacking. And he was doing some pole work the other day and stuff, just lots of muscle building exercises, because it's not like he's got no muscle or anything, like he is muscular, but we just want to make sure that he's got the best foundations possible. He is also clipped. I don't know if you can see, but his summer coat is really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see the bottom of his mane is just a bit like yellowy. His whole coat in the summer is kind of that kind of colour. So I'm super excited for that to come through because it looks gorgeous. And not that his coat at the moment, I actually really like the colour of his coat when he's clipped in the winter. I think it looks quite pretty. But anyway, I'm excited for the other colour to come through. And we've also, very, very kindly, someone did pull his mane for us because I'm too nervous to pull his mane because I'm just so worried I'm going to mess it up. Now, we did meet another horse here, so I think, yeah, I stopped the video and finished it and then turned it on again. But anyway, yeah, so someone very kindly pulled his mane for us. We don't tend to do anything with his mane just because, obviously, he is a native. Same with his tail. We just let them run long. We do plait them, though, in the field because I know we probably shouldn't, but they get so muddy. And it's just so muddy in our fields at the moment. So keeping them plaited sometimes on rainy days, because they sometimes do have, because they're in together, so Harry and Ernie, they go in together, they like the interaction of each other. It's so muddy that we do keep their tails in plaits some days. But we just had to give Ernie's mane a bit of a pull because it was so uneven. One half was so ridiculously long, and then the other half was like a mohawk. So we have obviously changed that now, and it has grown back at the bottom. He has got sweet itch. I probably have mentioned that at some time on the channel. So he does lose his hair in the summer when he itches it and stuff, which is upsetting because we work so hard through the winter to try and get it all to grow back, and we use so many products trying to get it to grow back, but obviously only good ones. But the good ones are expensive, so Ernie isn't a very, very expensive boy. But yeah, it is starting to grow back really, really well now. And I think it was a good time that we did pull it, because by the summer it's going to be so luscious and long. And we've been using nice products in it, and we use sprays on their coats and stuff that just makes them look really shiny and just gives them good health. I'm also trying to grow out his feathers a bit more this year, because he had no feathers last year, and that was a tiny bit annoying for showing because they like them with feathers. Obviously, it's not a big deal if they don't have them, but ignore that little swingy thing. It's what's on the end of my phone to make sure I don't drop it, because I am bad for dropping my phone. So yeah, I'm trying to grow out them a tiny bit more because they just kind of looked a bit stumpy last year. They were just like half kind of grown, but then half kind of not. So it wasn't like they weren't grown out, because they were, but they weren't grown out enough. So they kind of just looked like a square on the bottom of his hoof, which they're starting to grow out a bit more. But someone did cut his leg, they literally just cut with scissors, and I was like, oh my goodness, no, because I was trying to grow them out. But they are starting to grow out now. So I know feathers aren't sometimes the pretty, well, I quite like feathers. I like feathers now because I'm growing them out on Ernie, but he needs them for his showing. But obviously for dressage and everything, they quite like the movement and seeing their legs. But we'll probably grow them out a tiny bit, and then I'm not even sure once they've grown out if I'm going to keep them or if we're just going to clip them off. Because if his coat doesn't come through soon as well, we're going to have to blend his legs, which I'm hoping that's not going to happen. But yeah, we're nearly at the end of our ride now. I feel like this has been a really, really long video with me just talking. But I give Ernie nice trots and canters around his ride, and a lot of walking as well. I used to do faster rides with him. Well, I still do. He kind of has a bit of routine, as he does a bit of walking and a bit of trotting some days. So then he has like a nice slow ride. Bit of a spook there. And then you can't hear this, it's such a shame, but he spends the whole time around his ride when he finds something spooky snorting, and it's so hilarious. So yeah, anyway, I like to do a couple of hacks a week, trying to keep it nice and steady, some of them, and then one hack we go faster. So then, because he likes doing that, and obviously we do like more of a cardio hack that's getting them fit and getting their muscles working. And then we also do a hack that's more about the speed and getting their stamina up. So that's what I do with Ernie. And also, sometimes Harry comes along. I take him on I've got to film that one day. That's going to be so hard to film, because this whole ride, because I haven't stopped, I've filmed this whole ride, has been one-handed. And I'm now going to have to do that. I'm going to have a Shetland and Ernie, and I'm going to have to film it all. So I take Harry in one hand, riding Ernie in the other hand is absolute carnage, but it's so much fun, and I love having them out together, because it's nice, because they've got hacking buddy. Because I do hack on my own quite a lot, which I know I probably shouldn't do, but there's not many people who I can hack with where we are, which is a shame. There are some lovely girls there, but we're all kind of doing different kind of things. Some of them like to ride quite fast, some of them tend to just do schooling, some of them tend to go for a long way, and I just tend to keep it short and sweet with Ernie. We've got 2 routes that we do, and we have like a short loop that goes one way, and we loop back around, then have the same one that goes the other way, and then as a treat we then maybe once a week or once every other week we go all the way through the woods, which is quite a long ride. So I don't do that every day, but it is a lovely one, and it's such a lovely view everywhere here. We're very, very lucky to have this hacking, but I think they are going to make it into a walking place soon as well, so I'm hoping that we're going to be able to stay for a while at least, because the hacking is so great. But yeah, the school isn't as good, but that's okay. We have got a school. We're very, very lucky to have one. We don't just have to ride on grass, because that means then we can do, when it's so wet, we can still ride. But we do find the school, because it hasn't got a drain when it was put in. Just wanted to let you guys know that we do not own this yard. We are liveries here. We are DIY livery. They didn't put a drain in, obviously, when they installed it. I think it's quite old now. And it floods awfully, so we end up, when it's wetter, we end up hacking a lot more than actually schooling. And we did have an indoor school, but it's now used for boat storage, which is unfortunate, but I didn't really use it anyway, because I used to use it a bit for Harry for lunging when it was wet, and especially in the winter, because it gets dark so quickly. But Ernie can't canter in there anyway, because it's very, very small. It's it must be 10 by 30 or something like that, so it's quite a small arena. It's not like a dressage arena or anything like 20 by 40. It's very, very small, and obviously that's not that small, but it's when you're riding around in there and you're on a pony, it's probably actually smaller than what I just said, the dimensions I just said, but when you're riding around there on a 14 or 14.2, Ernie's kind of between that, it's quite a challenge really, so I tend not to ride in there as much anymore as I used to when I used to go around on my little Shetland or my 12.2. But yeah, I don't know if you've actually, I think I've got some videos on here. If you have been watching my channel, you've probably met Bonnie. She is so sweet. She's a Welsh section A. She's 11. She is 12 hands. I don't know why I said 12.2, but or you've probably seen Rosie as well at some point. She is very, very sweet as well. But anyway, just giving both the boys some soft mints. They love these treble soft mints so much. They're their favourite treats. So just gave Ernie some of those when we came back from a ride. We did meet 2 people on our ride, which is very, very unusual for us. We normally don't meet anyone. But yeah, he decided that was the yummiest thing ever. He normally smiles, but he didn't smile today. And Harry Potter just gulps everything down. I don't even think he bothers really chewing it. Obviously, Harry didn't smile, but he did try and eat my fingers afterwards. Then I just gave the boys their dinner. I put my tack away and everything, but I did have to give the boys their dinner afterwards. But I let Ernie obviously cool down and everything before I gave him his dinner, because we don't want to, you can see I'm missing the bolt there. I did that. Oh, I love this door that my dad made for him as well. It's so handy. And yeah, so this is Ernie's feed. I did also use Equilab today. We're not sponsored by Equilab, but I just thought I'd mention it. I also wanted to thank you all so much, because we've just hit 1,000 on my our Instagram, and also 50 followers on my other new one. So I will be telling you my Instagrams now. So it is Lilacs, Ponies, Harry and Ernie, and it's it's dots between all of them. Then the other one is the 2 crazy cockers. No, it's actually just 2 crazy cockers, and again, just full stops between all of the words. I want to apologise for not posting because I haven't really posted in a while, and I don't really know why, because I do love creating content for you guys, and I post so much on my Instagram, and I have just gone through a phase of I kind of forgot I had a YouTube account, but I just really do want to thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll hope to see you again soon. Bye!